Hello friends. Today I want to talk about something that is becoming increasingly important in discussions about artificial intelligence, ethics, leadership, and even the future of human condition. You may have heard the terms AI agents and agentic AI used almost interchangeably. They sound similar, but they are not quite the same, and one that's becoming central in both AI scholarship and industry conversations. Agentic AI and AI agents are closely related, but they're not exactly the same thing. Think of one as a quality or paradigm and the other as a concrete implementation. Understanding the distinction helps us grasp where AI is heading and how our relationship with technology is changing. Many AI companies run by techno-capitalists are interested in the largest profit margins, and they tend to confuse us due to the deliberate hype about their products. Techno-positivism sometimes operates with a near religious confidence that disruption is inherently good and that its architects can reshape the human condition without sufficient ethical or cultural reflection. Allow me to simplify. Let's begin with some definitions and examples, shall we? AI agents are actual systems. They are software entities designed to perceive information, make decisions, and act toward a goal with some degree of autonomy. Agentic AI, on the other hand, refers to the broader concept or capability of AI behaving with agency. It describes a quality or orientation rather than a specific tool. So one is concrete, and the other is conceptual. It helps to think of AI agents not just as tools, but as systems that can perceive, decide, and act with some autonomy toward goals. They range from simple automation to emerging agentic AI ecosystems. You might think of it this way. Intelligence is a human capacity, but a person is an instance of that capacity. Similarly, agentic AI is the capacity for AI to act with purpose, while an AI agent is a specific system embodying that capacity. Now, let's unpack what an AI agent actually does. An AI agent typically perceives its environment, processes information, decides what action to take, and then executes that action. Sometimes it learns from feedback. Increasingly, it operates across multiple steps and over longer periods of time. It may coordinate tasks, retrieve information, write emails, schedule meetings, or conduct research. In more advanced contexts, AI agents can interact with other agents, forming networks of semi-autonomous digital collaborators. Let that sink in for a minute. Some examples are like ChatGPT, drafting, research synthesis, coding, help with tutoring, and so on. Then you have Siri or Amazon's Alexa, where they do voice assistants handling tasks and queries. And there's also things like AI tutoring systems. One of the very capable ones is the Khan-Migo, and there's also the Duolingo AI tutor that teaches languages to people. Then there are autonomous digital task agents, email schedulers, customer service chatbots capable of independent resolution, and coding assistants like GitHub Copilot. This may well be the fastest growing category of AI adoption. What concerns me is not the technology itself, but the relative lack of reflection in professional environments about how these systems might quietly reshape organizational ethos, responsibility, and even our sense of professional agency. Recommendation and decision agents may be the most consequential yet least visible form of AI. And this is often how ideology operates. From streaming platforms to navigation systems, financial algorithms, and social media feeds, these systems quietly shape attention, cultural consumption, and even political discourse. Think about that. Their influence is rarely dramatic, but it is cumulative, and some of us are only beginning to reflect seriously on what this means for autonomy, culture, and, dare I say, democratic life. Think about organizational and enterprise agents. Things like AI workflow coordinators in corporations, healthcare diagnostic agents, which are actually very powerful tools and could augment the work of physicians and specialists. But is that what's happening, is the question. Legal document review AI. Is that going to change the shape of the legal profession? HR screening AI systems. These raise serious accountability and ethics questions. And the next frontier is multi-agent ecosystems. This is what people mean by agentic AI systems. So if you hear it, that's what it means. AI agents onboarding and collaborating with each other, planning, delegating, executing tasks, sometimes interacting with humans as one actor among many. Think AI project managers, autonomous research teams, smart infrastructure systems. We are very early here, but it is accelerating. So when I say early, it's not in your normal historical timeline context. It's moving rapidly. This is very different from earlier AI systems, which were mostly reactive. You asked a question, the system responded, and the interaction ended right there. Agentic AI signals a shift from reaction to intention, or at least the appearance of intention. And that distinction matters philosophically, because when AI begins planning, persisting in tasks, and appearing to pursue goals, humans naturally start attributing agency, even personality. This is not new. We have always anthropomorphized tools. But AI amplifies this tendency because its outputs mimic almost perfectly the human language, reasoning, and creativity, a modern-day trickster, if you will. The result is what I sometimes call the illusion of interiority. The system behaves as if it has intention, even if it does not possess consciousness or subjective experience. This raises deep questions. For example, who's responsible when an AI agent acts autonomously? What does authorship mean when AI participates in creation? How do leadership and decision-making change when non-human agents enter organizational workflows? And perhaps most profoundly, how does this reshape our understanding of what it means to be human? These are not purely technical questions. They are humanistic questions, ethical questions, philosophical questions. And this is why I strongly believe the humanities must remain central in conversations about AI. This transition changes how we think about technology. Historically, technologies extended our physical capabilities. AI increasingly extends cognitive and organizational capabilities. Agentic AI goes one step further. It begins to simulate decision-making itself. It is, in fact, a powerful extension of our consciousness. Some people find this very exciting. Others find it unsettling. Well, both reactions are understandable. I am concerned about the ethics here. We must ask whether increasing autonomy in AI systems risks reducing human responsibility or critical reflection. There's always a temptation to outsource difficult decisions to technology. History shows that when humans abdicate responsibility, ethical problems follow. At the same time, agentic AI also presents opportunities. It can augment human creativity, expand research capacity, assist in healthcare, support education, and potentially help address complex global challenges. The question is not whether we should develop these systems. The question is how we do so responsibly. And that brings us to a final thought. AI agents are tools, certainly powerful ones, but agentic AI unsettles the old boundary between instrument and collaborator, forcing us to think how agency, authorship, and responsibility are distributed. The more capable these systems become, the more urgently we need ethical awareness, philosophical depth, and cultural humility alongside technical expertise. Yet, much of the tech and ed tech landscape seems driven by acceleration rather than reflection. And in some cases, the technologization of learning risks diminishing, not enriching people's cognitive depth. Technology alone will not guide us wisely. Human wisdom must. So as you continue encountering these terms, remember this simple distinction. AI agents are specific systems that act. Agentic AI is the broader movement toward designing AI with goal-directed autonomy. Understanding that difference helps us see not just what AI is doing, but what kind of future we are building with it. The future of AI is not only a technical matter, it is a cultural, philosophical, and educational project. And how we respond will say as much about our conception of humanity as it does about the machines we build. Thank you for being with me. I look forward to our future conversations.